Hello, and thank you to those of you that want to keep track of this project. This is the first update video after I've announced it. Show you what I've gotten done in the last couple of days. So, here we go. So, here's the field. Tons of logic. So, we've got all of that. All of that. All of this stuff. All of that. We've got all of that. We've got this. We've got that. We've got this. We've got this. And we've got the enemy's AI. And all other stuff. These are starts of an AI. And variables, and each of our decks. God damn it. Fuck off. Oh my god. There you go, each of our decks for drawing. Yeah, so let's show you what we got. Make sure I didn't do anything by accident. No, okay. Alright, play. Alright, so the coin toss. That is new. I made the coin myself, so I looked in the Dreamiverse for flippable coins. And by flippable, I mean there's something different on both sides of the coin. And I must have went to like 2,000 coins, and there wasn't any. So I started making my own coin. But I was spending too long on it, so I just stopped, and I'm going to get back to finishing it after. Yeah, so we'll call the coin toss. Tails is the eye, heads is the pyramid. So here's the eye, it's going to flip. Heads, so opponent's choice. He chose to go first. And now what happened here is when he went first, it automatically went to his draw phase, but he didn't draw because you don't draw on the first turn. As you can see, his deck is at 35 still, and it went directly to his end phase because there's nothing to do right now, and the end phase activated my draw phase. So now it's a blue 2 for the second turn, and blue is my turn because it's my draw phase, and this is the next new thing. The context menu from when you click is actually context sensitive. So if I click it on my deck during the draw phase only, draw is there. And this is the next new thing. Draw mechanics are fully working. It just needs the animations of picking up the card. So if I hit draw, cards in deck went down to 34, cards in hand went up to 6. But now I can't draw again. And now, let's change to my main phase 1. And now we can go, see there's go to battle phase. It's a bit small, but, and you can't go to main phase because you're not in your battle phase. And there's go to end phase. And you'll see I cannot draw again. So now let's go to my battle phase. Now I'm in my battle phase, now I can choose to go to main phase 2. But we won't, I'm going to go to end phase. When I go to end phase, it's going to automatically go to draw phase. It's going to activate, it's going to change the counter to a red 3. He will draw, so his deck will go down to 34, and it's going to go all the way back around to me. So here we go. Draw phase, red 3, 34, end phase, draw phase, blue 4. So that works. He went through the whole turn on his own, and he drew and everything. Let's rewind. So let's choose pyramid. Pyramid. So I choose first to go or second to go. What did I show you? Let's choose first to go. So I went first, so it's a blue 1. And because you don't draw on your first turn, it went right to the main phase instead of the draw phase. Yeah, what else do we got? Coin flip is new, turn is new, drawing mechanics. Yeah, so the opponent is fully choosing whether to go first or second, and the turns are working. You can go back and forth with the turns and everything. Yeah, That's all we also got. Phase you can enter depends on the phase you're in. I showed you that. Context menu is context sensitive. The opponent chooses to go first or second, and has a bit of logic. So let's show you actually. And the coin flip works and everything. It's random. Okay, here we go. So if we go to his logic. So this is the first turn. So when I flip a coin, and then it says opponent first, opponent's choice, this is how he chooses. So he's going to randomly choose between going second or going first. Yeah, so he's going to go first. This is going to activate the draw phase. This is the message that says it was first. And when it's his turn, so when whose turn equals 2, this is what he does during his turn. So this, if it's not his first turn, he's going to draw. And then he's going to go to his end phase. Otherwise, if he chose to go second, it's going to tell me I'm first. And it's going to switch to my turn. The coin flip is kind of complicated, I guess. So let's move this. So as I said, the coin I made. So when I choose heads or tails, this randomizer chooses if it's going to be heads or tails. I got one animation for heads and one animation for tails. The animations are exactly the same, except on one of them, I just made it land with the head side up or tail side up. That's the tail side up. And you'll notice if I play the heads one, you can just see the coin flip. See? But yeah, so it does that. And then depending on which one you get, it tells you if the coin flip matched what you chose, or if it didn't. So when you choose a coin, it activates one of these calculators. Heads will equal 1, tails will equal 2. And then when it does the randomizer, B will be landing tails, which is 2, and then landing heads, C, which is 1. And then it will tell you if it equal. And it just simply is if it equals what you chose. And that's what you chose right there. And yeah, and that shows up and you choose. And this was done with just a dialogue displayer, which is perfect for inventories or any kind of menus. And I don't know why people don't do it more often. It's got the whole like grid system built into it. It's perfect anyway. Yeah. And he turns as well. So whose turn? So this I had very complicated, and it turned out it was much easier than I thought it would be. Basically, A is is blue turn, B is red turn. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, so blue turn is 1, red turn is 2, and that is going into this whose turn signal. And then if we go to the HUD and open the turn counter, every time the draw phase starts, it pulses for 1 frame to add 1 to the number displayer. If the whose turn equals 1 or 2, that's when it turns the text blue or red by keyframe. And yeah, that's the work I've gotten done so far. The working coin flip, the turns working, drawing working, turn counter working, start of the enemy's AI, getting him to draw himself, context menu being context sensitive now, as well as the phase. You can enter the phase, depends on the phase you're in. Let's see if I have to show you more about what I mean about the menu being context sensitive though. If I open this up, these are all the options that you can choose throughout the game. You got all your summoning, activating attack, to defense, to attack, draw, set, view, go to your phases. Eventually, actually no, so let's go with that. Oh yeah, these eventually aren't going to be grabbable, just so you know. But yeah, and then we'll go to active. So let's just place a, what did I use, a tag for that? What did I use for this? Where's activate? Attacking, drawing, battle, normal flip, set, activating. I used a wireless receiver. Okay. So let's just go here. Transmitter. And this, oh, oops. And let's just name this to can activate. Yeah, and then we'll go back to play mode. Flip a coin. Alright, go to the right to the field. And I put that, I move that. But if I go here, was it not that one? It was this one. Where did I put it? Hi, so I actually went back and I feel kind of dumb now. The reason it wasn't working is because I wasn't actually transmitting anything through the transmitter. I didn't turn it on and give it a value. So I'm just going to show you that real quick. Yep. Switch to the field. And there it is, activate. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. That's everything I've got going so far. Thank you for keeping an eye out. And I'll have another video in a few days. Thank you.